So what is the art of being brilliant? Well, the art of being brilliant is based on the principles of positive psychology and flourishing and well-being and all the good research that we've been looking at, but it's delivered very simply. And in the interests of only having 2 minutes on camera, I'd like to share with you a story. We run courses on the art of being brilliant, and we've got a book called The Art of Being Brilliant. I want to share the first page of the book. It's made it into the book, but this story doesn't make it into the workshops for reasons that might become obvious in a minute. Jimmy's diary. You have to picture the scene, an old man up in the attic, the story makes it clear he's not been up there for a long time, so there's lots of cobwebs, it's a little bit dark, and he's rummaging through the old photo albums. And what becomes clear in Jimmy's diary story is that the old man's on his own, so his wife's passed away, his children have grown up and left home. And you know what it's like when you unearth old photo albums from years gone, you're looking at the hairstyles and the people and the fashions, and he's got a twinkle in his eye and a wry smile on his face as he leaves through the old photo albums. And then from out of the case that he's looking in, the old man pulls a diary. It's a scrawny, sort of scruffy, frayed, yellowing pages, and it's the diary of his 7-year-old son, Jimmy, so it's Jimmy's diary. And of course the old man is curious to look at what his son's written, so he leafs through the diary, and it's full of what's important to a 7-year-old. So it's got school, it's got arguments with his big sister, it's got football results, it's got that kind of thing in it. And the old man becomes just slightly worried that what's in Jimmy's diary doesn't tally with his own experience. So he thinks, well, he used to keep a diary of about the same time. So the old man takes Jimmy's diary under his arm and he creaks his way downstairs, and once again the story makes it clear that we're not sure if the creaking is his knees or the staircase. And he goes down into his office and he opens the glass cabinet and pulls out his own diary from the same era. And he puts the two diaries side by side. So here's his lovely leather bound with his name embossed in gold, and there's Jimmy's diary scrawled in crayon sitting next to it. And the old man opens his own diary and he has a look through the entries, and he's staggered at how much he's crammed in. So every single day is crammed with meetings and appointments, it's crammed with to-do lists and notes from meetings. Even the evenings are taken up with meetings. But of course he was really busy because he wanted his children to have the best in life. And then he gets to a day in his own diary, June the 4th, and it's different to all the other entries. And it says in his own handwriting, all it says on June the 4th is, wasted a whole day fishing with Jimmy, didn't catch a thing. And the old man, with slightly trembling hands, turns to Jimmy's diary to the same day, June the 4th. And in Jimmy's spidery handwriting it says, went fishing with my dad, best day of my life. Now that's a story that's made it into the book, but I don't tell that story in the workshops for, I don't know, maybe it's quite obvious reasons. But for me that story is everything that the art of being brilliant is about. It's a very simple story, it's got a very big message. It's about simplicity, it's about making you think. It's about the fact that your decades are zipping by in a blur. It's about relationships, it's about children, it's about adults. But more than that, it's about trying to shake people out of the habits that we get into. We get stuck in a rut of sameness and rut in a way of going through life, thinking the same thoughts, behaving in the same ways. And what if there's a better way?